Hi YouTube, this is Tamar Israel with Makeup by Naturally Chic, and I am back with another video. Yeah. Today's video I want to talk about preparing makeup or preparing your kit and getting ready to do a bridal party. I feel that, you know, the beauty industry and makeup tutorials is kind of oversaturated here on YouTube. So I want my channel to offer something different, and I want it to be educational. So I figured, why not dive deeper into the, behind the scenes of makeup artistry and what it takes and what that looks like to be a freelance makeup artist. So if you're interested in learning how I prepare for a bridal party, then definitely stay tuned. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it. I have my notes here, and I broke everything down into 3 categories. So this is how I prepare for my bridal parties. My first category is logistics, and a lot of my logistics occurs like the night before the wedding or 1 to 2 days prior to the wedding. So what I like to do is review the contract. Yes, I do require all of my brides to sign a bridal contract. My contract is 3 pages long. Yes, it's a lot, but it covers myself, and it also protects the bride from any unexpected circumstances. So I like to go over the contract, make sure that it's completed entirely, and if I have any questions or if something's missing, I will reach back out to the bride. Regardless if the contract is completed or not, I do like to reach out to the bride and ask if there's anything that they would like to change or add and whatnot. Although in my contract, I do have a little excerpt that says they may make changes up to 2 weeks prior, but I like to just reconnect with them and just, let them know that I'm excited to be a part of their special day and, thank them for inviting me to be a part. Another thing that I like to do in terms of logistics is just confirm the location. Sometimes brides are unsure as to where they want to get ready at a hotel or their home or the actual bridal suite of the venue. So I like to make sure that that's confirmed. Sometimes that location will change. I also like to confirm the start time. Again, this is a wedding, and most people haven't gotten married before, so it's a lot of moving parts and important details and things that change. So I like to confirm the location, the start time, and also if they're getting ready at a hotel room, I like to confirm the hotel room number. Sometimes they won't know that until the night before the wedding, and sometimes they'll text it to me or call me and let me know whatnot. And then I also like to make sure I have parking situated. So the last wedding I did, it was actually downtown Columbus, and parking downtown is hectic as any downtown in a major city. And I actually had to pull up in front of the hotel, and the maid of honor grabbed my kit, took it up for me, and I parked in another parking lot. So looking back, I wish we would have done things a little differently, but hey, you live and you learn. So now I know with moving forward with future events. And I also like to keep important phone numbers handy. So I'll save those important phone numbers in my phone, or make sure I have the contract with me so that if I am driving in the car, I can quickly call the contact person, because a lot of times it's not going to be the bride, and I don't want to overwhelm the bride with calling, and she has a lot to think about and handle on her big day. So I would say that is everything on the logistics side of things. The second category I have with preparing for a bridal party is the makeup. So with my kit, I like to do this as soon as possible. I like to keep my kit ready at all times, because I may get called for a gig, last minute, who knows. But I like to keep my kit ready. So to prepare my kit, I like to make sure everything is sanitized, organized, and packed. I like to buy and replenish any disposable containers, or if a bride requests a specific lipstick color or a foundation and whatnot, I do like to make sure that I have that already in my kit. And I do review the notes from the makeup trial. Although I don't require brides to schedule a trial, it's highly encouraged because I'm able to understand like the features of the bride, the facial features. We can get to know each other on a personal level and just feel a little bit more comfortable so that the day of the wedding, I can replicate that without a doubt, you know, and we don't have to worry about changing lip colors and whatnot, and just the day of will run very, very smooth. So, after the trial, I write a detailed list of all the products and colors that I use, and I also include like the bride's skin type, what she likes, what she doesn't like. Does she like a square brow, a rounded brow, shadow on the lower lash line, or no shadow? So things like that I include in my notes. So prior to the wedding, I do review those notes to make sure that I'm ready to go, and I also make sure I have those pictures from the trial in my phone as a reference, you know, when I'm doing the makeup. And then as I also like to, during the makeup, the day of the wedding, I also am very mindful of time. I like to keep my phone handy so that I can take before and after pictures, but I also need to just keep in mind the time. I allot 30 minutes for bridesmaids makeup and 1 hour for the bride. Although I will be changing that soon. So with me allotting 30 minutes for bridal party members and 1 hour for the bride, I always add in a 30-minute cushion in case unexpected events occur. I've had wedding and bridal parties where they've had to like pause the makeup and go do rehearsal. I've had times where someone forgot a strapless bra and had to run back home to get that bra, and let's just say she didn't get her makeup done that day, but it's in my contract. So anywho, if you want to learn about what you should include in your contract, leave a comment below and like this video, and I will be sure to get that out for you all. So yeah, I like to just be mindful of my time, make sure that I am completing everyone in a timely fashion, because I ain't gonna be the one to make everybody late. I'll tell you that. I am not going to be the one to make everyone late. And speaking of, if you do feel like you're running behind, communicate that to the bride. Don't be afraid. You know, things happen and we just have to figure out a way and just to make it work. So 2 bridal parties ago, I actually was running over on time. It was a larger bridal party, so you know, and I just communicated to the bride. I said, you know what? I am running a little bit behind. I don't know if you want to leave now or if you want me to travel with you and complete the remainder of the bridesmaids at the venue. But it's up to you. But I do want to let you know that, you know, I am running a little bit behind. And she was appreciative of me communicating that to her. And she ended up leaving in a separate car to, you know, continue on with the day, and then the bridesmaids just traveled in a different car. So so that's something that is very important when it comes to wedding parties, because that time goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. It's a lot of stress. There's no bathroom breaks really. There's no time to eat, drink, you know, whatnot. You really have to be focused and be diligent about you know, how you work. It's just very, very important. And then the last category I have is my wrap up. So after I've completed everyone's makeup, I do like to go back around and see if anyone needs any touch-ups. Maybe I need to add a little bit of glue on a lash or touch up a lip, things like that, maybe more setting spray. But I do like to go back around and see if anyone needs any touch-ups. And then, of course, I like to need to collect them coins. You feel me? Get that shmoney. The shmoney in my Cardi B voice. So for me, I allow customers to pay cash, or they can pay by credit card using my Square cash reader. So that's very convenient. And of course, I like to just, you know, count my money, make sure everything's paid correctly, you know, make sure everything is paid. And then after that, I do like to, you know, introduce myself to the photographer and videographer if they are present and collect their contact information. That is a great networking opportunity, because if they need a makeup artist for a photo shoot, they have my information, and if I need a photographer or videographer, I have their information. But also, it's a great way to reconnect with them so that I can get the pictures from the bridal party. You do have rights to those images because it's your intellectual property. May not specifically like, or you may not have rights to those images, but you do have a little bit of an upper hand, if you will, to get those images. So just make sure you're nice and personable and approachable, because I've never met a photographer that didn't want to share their images, because a lot of times they include their logo at the bottom. So that's a great marketing piece for them. I do like to thank everyone for having me. Thank the bride, give the bride a hug, congratulate her on her wedding day, and wish her many, many blessings and love and a prosperous marriage. And another thing before I wrap up is I'm always ready to take on additional clients. I would say about 80 to 90% of the weddings I've done, there's always someone who was not on the contract who wanted their makeup done. A lot of people are very leery about who does their makeup because they've had so many bad experiences in the past, or they're very particular about their makeup. But after seeing the bridesmaids and how beautiful their makeup is, they want to be a part of that, and they want to get pretty and beautiful. And a lot of times I do take them on last minute. So I like to make sure I have a fully stocked makeup kit with extra disposable, extra brushes, because you never know, what opportunities can, present before you. One last thing before I close out this video is you want to be mindful of who's in your chair. Some people will try to, sneak the little asses up in that chair, and they're not even on a contract. Nah. So you definitely want to make sure you keep in mind whose name is on your contract, and introduce yourself to the person who's getting ready to sit in your chair. That's very, very important. And it's like you want to be nice about it. Obviously, you don't want to be mean or rude, but at the same time, it's business, Some people think the bride is paying for it, and it's just like, well, sometimes the bride is paying for it, but sometimes the bridesmaids themselves are paying for it. So definitely be mindful of that as well. I think that's all. I don't think I have anything else, but if there is, I will definitely leave that information below. If you would like more helpful tips, tricks, techniques, and whatnot, I do have a lot of blog posts on my blog, thenaturallychicblog.com. So feel free to check out those posts. I will leave a link to my blog down below. And please definitely check out the videos that I will have here for you. And again, my name is Tamara Israel. If you have any questions, leave them below. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be bringing you some more awesome videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey.